Welcome to this church here at St Paul's here in Nelson. This brief film is both an introduction and an invitation. It's being made in a season of preparation, a period of preparation that lasts for 4 weeks, and we call this season Advent. And Advent is a word which means a coming, an arrival. We're preparing to receive the arrival of the gift of Christ. Gifts may be a very topical theme for you at this particular time of the year. But for many people, it's also a time of anxiety and pressure. There are high expectations. For some people, it's a time of hardship, even sorrow and loss. It's a time of ruptured relationships which are hard to reconcile, and all those things which characterize the breadth of life's experiences. In the midst of multiple activities, plans, theories, and ideas about gifts and how we use our lives and time, especially at the end of each calendar year, we are all still longing for that one single gift which alone can give dignity, value, and living purpose to our existence. Advent is when we prepare for the coming of Christ. The arrival of God Himself among us in the midst of all the breadth of anxieties and experiences and so on that we mentioned a few moments ago. And in that timeless image of Mary and Jesus, in the poverty of His birth, the attentions of millions of longing hearts remains transfixed. People continue to stop, be still, and gaze at this extraordinary feature which continually, repeatedly, and reliably appears in churches and elsewhere at this time. This simple picture of Mary and the Christ child has been a simple way of displaying the meeting of heaven and earth. All other activity, all other exchanges of gifts, all other uses of time and gatherings, everything stops. People adore. There is a shared sigh of relief and peace in the heart that truth and ultimate value has been found. The church is called to remain a place where we can welcome others, this meeting of heaven and earth. In stillness, the church is a holy space where we prepare to welcome God Himself. Here we can focus, order our lives around 3 simple questions. What do we human beings really need? What have we been given? How do we receive and use this gift? Amongst the many things that the past 20 months or so have taught us all is to refocus and to reprioritize on what actually matters, and then to give all due attention to welcoming and receiving this gift as faithfully as possible. It requires some willingness, determination, even strength and courage to create space. In other words, to clear away at least something of the unattainable and unhelpful expectations that come thick and fast, not just at this time of the year, but increasingly throughout the whole year. We've already begun to explore in the prayer of the church what it might be that God gives to us and how we might be called to focus more simply on less, but to find the result a more fruitful, gracious, and engaging way of life. It is, of course, not accurate to say what he gives, because we're talking about a person. God himself comes among us in the person of Jesus Christ. It's an awesome and wonder-filled season. A season when we begin to see how our life and the world we live in could be. Children and adults together here are currently engaged in the discovery of this gift, this approach of God to us, through a combination of the timeless acts of prayer and worship which Jesus himself gave to us, together with activity each week for youngsters, with a few extras such as a celebration of St. Nicholas, the original Santa Claus. And of course, eventually, nearer the time, there will of course be carols. And all this will help to shape how the gift of Christ meets us, loves us, and shapes our life. Please take this introduction as an invitation to create a little space in your own lives to explore and receive this gift. We are, like many faith communities, rebuilding our traditions due to the effects of the pandemic. Why not be part of that rebuilding here in Nelson? Apart from all that will be happening here over the course of the coming weeks, there are also opportunities to learn about the Christian faith from scratch, or to refresh what you may already have experienced. We have numerous ways of helping with this. All it takes is a simple message, and we will help guide you and welcome you into the life of the gift of God's love for his people, made known through his family, the Church. Have a blessed, a peaceful, and a wonder-filled time as we go through the coming days and weeks of the remainder of this calendar year. Every day, the people of Nelson and further afield are prayed for by this church community. It's a simple expression of thanks for this gift, which remains forever open to receive. Thank you.